Leader, sir. Excuse me. Please go ahead. Sir. Ramakrishna Block, Dr. K. Munshi Hall. That is what you have inaugurated. Open chal jam. Sir. Section. Where are you going? Sir, library, sir. Few books on. They are all on you. That's this in Odia. Which other sub? Which other? Author name of author. One Malima. This chance will not get again. To have the autograph book. Okay, sir. Now you are delaying, sir. No, I am not. I will say. Just two more. I will say sobs have taken time. Finish? One. Librarian wants your autograph on this, sir. How many books you have in the library?
7,944.
Not yet 10,000. Not yet 10,000.
Thank you, sir.
Sir,
no. Sir, we have Gandhiji set one book set with 40 pages. Thank you. This is a full set of Bhavan publication of Gandhi. 11 volumes. Bhavan's publication 24 volumes. Yeah. If you agree, sir. You got it? Yeah, now that this is the set. If you want, if you permit, we will. ठीक है इनको ADC दे देंगे Sit down, please.
May I now request all to raise
I would now request Professor Ashok Mohanty to introduce the autobiography of late Justice Harihar Mahapatra, My Life, My Work. I request Dr. R.K. Mishra to escort him.
Very happy to visit Bharati Vidya Bhavan, Bhubaneswar, and also to release Ramakrishnan block and the KM Munshi Hall to inaugurate. And My Life, My Work is a fantastic book. I also read the book by Justice Harihar Mahapatra ji. And his life is very, I can say, full of events and full of life, and how a schoolboy in a young age, he has to walk and walk for education. And throughout the way he did justice, the way he met people, and the way he went through the events, all of them really we are all learning. And this book is going to be a very important contribution. And I would like to greet Major General Mahapatra ji, Chairman, and Dr. Tamotia, and the Principal Sanjeev Hota, and all the students and the members, guests, and all who are assembled here. Friends, I am indeed delighted to address and interact with the students and members of the Bharati Vidya Bhavan and other institutions in the city here, in the beautiful historic city of Bhubaneswar. Bharati Vidya Bhavan, with its 120 centers, really contribute in a big way. So I like to congratulate them for the excellent 126 centers in India and abroad, and more than 300 and the institution over 400,000 students stand represent the bridge between Indian culture and modern day employable education. I greet the pioneers of this unique mission of education and empowerment. I am glad to know the vision of Bharati Vidya Bhavan Bhubaneswar, which is to create an academic institution of excellence in the field of management with concern for social, economic, and ecological issues. Such multidimensional manager leaders are indeed the need of the hour. Friends, when I am here with all of you, I would like to discuss further on the topic dynamics of leadership and the characteristics. Dynamics of leadership and the characteristics. I will illustrate the theme through certain experiences which inspired during my 6 decades of professional career. Friends, in a globalizing world where knowledge is the source of power for nations and societies, the role of leadership in all dimensions very significant. Today in my discussion I would like to elaborate on this dynamic context of leadership with 21st century, that is present century. First let me talk about the knowledge society and its aspects. The world in 21st century will be a knowledge-based society with multiple opportunities naturally in India, and we have to become knowledge-driven. I was studying a book, Empires of the Mind, by Dennis Beatty. This book, some of you would have read, it's in paperback. This book gives what type of new world which we are facing now, what was the yesterday and what is today. I have modified certain points of the author to suit the discussion of today. You have to interact with me. I have also added a third line. The students, if they want, you can come this side so that you can interact with me. I have modified certain points of the author to suit the discussion today. I have also added the third line which relates to action of leadership. The book specially says, if you have to sit on the floor, you don't mind? You don't mind? How about your pant and sari problems? You don't mind? Yeah, like that. Very good. Students should be like that. Very good. Even though you are having a suit, you are sitting downstairs. You are good guys. Yes. Okay, you all settle down. Fast settle down. Yes. Okay. Yes, don't move further. If you move fast, you do settle down. Like that, sit down. Sit down. Wherever you are, sit down. You know, after going home, you clean up your dress. Okay? Okay. Come, like that. So because I am addressing to the students, and you, I don't know where you guys are there. Okay. Now, friends, the book especially says, what worked yesterday won't work today. What worked yesterday? Today we don't work, that is what it says. What worked yesterday won't work today. That's the story I am going to tell you. In 21st century, the present century. Now, let us take an example. Yesterday, natural resources defined the power. Okay, yesterday, natural resources defined the power. Today, today knowledge is the power. You yesterday, for example, you take Japan. Hello? Have you not settled down? Settle down. Okay. You were talking, then you can come and talk here, if you don't mind. Okay. So yesterday, natural resources defined the power means example Singapore and Japan. These two nations don't have any resource, almost. But how do they manage it? How do they manage the knowledge? Knowledge is indeed, it's a resource for them. So what it means, the institution like MBA education centers, leadership should be empowered instead of the knowledge, that they have to train the people not as managers. When you go out of this establishment, you don't go as a manager. Everybody can be a manager. But you go as a leader in a particular discipline. That's the message. The second point, yesterday hierarchy was the model. Hierarchy. Today? Flat structure. Okay, if it's a flat structure, it is, today synergy is the mandate. You can put a flat structure as a synergy. Synergy is the mandate. That means leadership will be enabler for the intersection of the multiple faculties towards the mission and goals. Marketing is not the only field. Marketing fellow, project manager fellow, leadership fellow, and the financial managers all have to work together. The integrated project should be there. That's why leadership will be enabler for the intersection of the multiple faculties towards the mission goals. that today, yesterday leaders commanded and controlled. They were commanders. Yesterday, leaders were commanders, and controlled. Today, today, today leaders empower and coach. Leaders, commanders become a coach now. Okay? That time is gone. 20th century, 19th century, they were commanders, leaders. Today, they will become coach. They will become a coach. Empower leaders, empower and coach. Leadership will enrich itself through exposure to the needs of sustainable development. Now, next point, yesterday shareholders came first, is your area. Shareholders came first. Today, customers. Today, customers come first. That means leadership should inculcate sensitivity to the needs of all the stakeholders. Yesterday, employees took order. Yesterday, employee took orders. Today, no, employee took orders. Today, teams make decisions. Okay? Teams, they're not individual, teams make decisions. So that means leadership will promote team spirit. Yesterday, seniority signifies status. Boss will be senior person. Yesterday, seniority was the significant status. Today, creativity drives the status. Your creative fellow can be 20 years, 25 years, 30 years, less than 40 years also. But he takes the leadership. Okay? So that is the new world you are all going to enter. One need not wait for seniority to retire and to get it. And the creative fellow gets anywhere. So today creativity drives the status. Leadership will be judged by innovation. Creativity means leadership will be judged by innovation and promote creativity. Yesterday, production determined availability. Today, competitiveness is the key. That means leadership will constantly evolve as more competitive with knowledge, management, and technology. Yesterday, value was extra. Today, value is equality. Very important for India today. Okay? Leadership will have the priority to inculcate the value addition to every level. Yesterday, everyone was a competitor. Today, everyone is a customer. Leadership will value feedback and action-based. And then yesterday, profits were earned through expediency. Profits were earned through expediency. Today, one has to work with integrity and succeed with integrity. 21st century. You have to work with integrity, succeed with it. Otherwise, they will be left out. Whether in politics, science, or technology, or entrepreneurship. All of you repeat with me. I will. You have not taken food. I will work with integrity and succeed with integrity. Very tough. Succeed with integrity. So, what it means is, we need it every field. When you enter into business, don't think a business does not need integrity. And the entrepreneurship, any field, how many of you want to become entrepreneur? How many of you want to become? Entrepreneur means you are an employment generator. Okay? This institution, MBA, is not as a generator of employment seekers. They are not employment seekers, they don't generate. I hope the faculty members are there. The MBA, when they go out of the MBA, they are not seekers of the employment, they are employment generators. Okay? You follow? Now, friends, I will discuss with all of you now some examples of leadership from political system, at technological centers, societal development, law, and project management in different forms. Certainly the life of these great human beings, few of them I will give an example, will inspire all of you to have an aim in life, which gives the motivation to acquire knowledge continuously. make you to work hard and achieve success with perseverance as we evolve into a knowledge society of the present century, that is 21st century. Now, I am going to give you certain example you will see in my website. I have taken politics. Now let me present leaders with unique qualities such as ethics with courage, compassion and conflict with society, and transparency in leadership. Transparency in leadership, that is one of the crying need of our country. I had a unique experience a few years back that reveals how a single leader can inspire a large population. I happened to meet in Delhi the granddaughter of Mahatma Gandhi ji, Mrs. Sumitra Kulkarni. She narrated to me, I asked her, can you narrate one incident which attracted you as a granddaughter? She narrated to me an incident about her grandfather, Mahatma Gandhi, which she personally witnessed. The story goes like this. Each day, as you all are aware, Mahatma Gandhi ji used to have a prayer meeting in a fixed time in the evening. You know, many of us know about it. After the prayer, there will be a collection of voluntary gifts for needy people. Needy people, he was a journal publisher he was doing. The devotees of Gandhi used to collect whatever given by the people of all section, and collection is counted by supporting staff of Gandhiji family. The amount so collected in that night will be informed to Gandhiji before his dinner. The next day, a bankman will come for taking this money. Once the bankman reported in the morning when he came for collected, night they counted. And once the bankman reported, there was a discrepancy of 10 paisa in the money given to him and the money collected. Previous evening they collected. But in the collected money, 10 paisa is missing. Now what did Gandhiji did? Mahatma Gandhi, on hearing this, went on fast, telling that this is a donation for the poor, and we have no business to lose it, and we have to account for every paisa. Dear friend, this act of righteousness shall be practiced by all of us. On this day, as managers and leaders of tomorrow, all of you must dedicate yourself to practice righteousness in all our thoughts and action. Don't follow what is happening today. Follow what that great man, just one paisa for him, very important. People's money, he doesn't want to lose. So I hope you got the message. Will you act like that? You will act, otherwise I will catch you. Now, another incident, I was traveling on 15 September 2004 in a train powered by a steam engine in a first class compartment of 1900 vintage, organized by the urban state of South Africa. Gandhiji started his career there. When the train was moving from one station to another, Mahatma Gandhi's struggle against apartheid system in South Africa was going through in my mind. I was a president visiting them. That's why they gave a train of, quote, Mahatma Gandhi, it traveled such type of train. The train halted at Pietermaritzburg, the station where the monster of apartheid bite Gandhiji on a cold winter night. He was evicted out of a first-class compartment because of color of his skin. When I alighted at the Pietermaritzburg railway station, I saw a plaque in the railway station, a board, which reads like this. In the vicinity of this plaque, M.K. Gandhi was evicted from a first-class compartment on the night of 7th June 1893. This incident changed the course of his life. He took up the fight against racial oppression. His action of non-violence started from that date. This was the rebirth of Ahimsa Dharma after the Kalinga War in 300 BC. Kalinga War took place in this state. And it was then Gandhiji later developed Ahimsa Dharma and gave India a powerful tool to win independence. Mahatma Gandhi was influenced by Abraham Lincoln's Gettysburg speech. Teaching of Gandhiji came to inspire non-violent movement, notably in USA, under the civil rights leader Martin Luther King. Now later, Friends, during my visit to South Africa, it was a great event for me to meet Nelson Mandela. In his house in Johannesburg, what a moving reception the man at the age of 86, now he is 92, gave with all smiles. Dear friends, I would like to share with you, when I entered Dr. Mandela's house, I saw his three-dimensional form with cheerfulness. The mighty man who got the freedom for South Africa from the tyranny of apartheid. When I was leaving from his house, he came to the portico to give me a send-off. And while walking, he discarded his walking stick, and I became his support. While walking, I asked him, Dr. Mandela, sir, can you please tell me about the pioneers of anti-apartheid movement in South Africa? He responded spontaneously. Mandela responded spontaneously. Of course, he said, one of the great pioneers of South Africa freedom movement was M.K. Gandhi. India gave us M.K. Gandhi, we gave you back Mahatma Gandhi after 2 decades. Mahatma Gandhi was an apostle of non-violence. That's the indeed tradition of India to enrich. Whichever nation we go, our foremost responsibility is to enrich our nation. Enriching the nation is not only in financial terms, but enrich with knowledge, enrich with sweat, above all, enrich the hour of self-dignity. Nearly 25 million people is Indian origin throughout the world, they are spread now. The next person I am going to talk to you, I have come across a unique person. His name is Nanaji Deshmukh. How many of you heard about him? Nanaji Deshmukh. And now I would like to talk about societal reformer. He's a politician, brilliant man, politician and a great leader. That now I would like to talk about a societal reformer who has brought smiles in the face of the hundreds, thousands of people in the Chitrakoot districts of Madhya Pradesh. And Nanaji was deeply inspired by Lokmanya Tilak, was the great freedom fighter. His nationalist ideology ignited the mind of the Nanaji to take up the social service in the rural sector as a lifetime mission. Nanaji's life for education and knowledge was reflected in his creation of India's first Shishu Mandir, a children's school in 1950. And by spending 2 months with Vinabave, he was inspired by the success and the appeal of the movement. For him, politics was never a career but a mission. Nanaji then devoted his entire time to Deen Dayal Research Institute that he established way back in 1969 for organized rural development in Chitrakoot, rural development. Because, dear students, remember, there are 600,000 villages and 700 million people live in the villages. And he established Chitrakoot Grama Yoga Vishwavidyalaya in Chitrakoot, India's first rural university, and was its first chancellor. Sri Nana Deshmukh was passed away in March 2010 at the age of 93 years. And his team members belonging to Deen Dayal Research Institute have worked towards the creation of Chitrakoot Pura. Pura means providing urban amenities rural area in central India, covering 500 villages. DRI is a unique institution implementing a village development model which is most suited for Indian conditions. They have already developed 80 villages against 16 clusters consisting of about 50,000 people, the remaining part of the progress being progressed on Nanaji's team. Now friends, the message we derive out of Nanaji's life is that of nurturing nobility of leadership and perseverance through constant innovation in his mission of achieving socio-economic development of the rural sector using science and technology as a catalyst. Now I am going to talk to you, another person. Let me describe to you an example how transparency of the leadership, which is a crying need of today in India. Now let me describe to you an example of how transparency of the leadership has facilitated a successful on-time implementation of $2 billion metro rail project by the managing director of a public sector organization. Now, friend, Delhi Metro Rail project has given to the nation the potential of executing a fast transportation system using high technology with reliability through a time-bound vision mode operation. And the second phase was, the first phase was 90 kilometers. The second phase was 120 kilometer of line length is already functional. More expansions are underway. But Mr. E. Sridharan, the managing director of Delhi Metro, has ensured that all the scheduled sections were completed by the target date within their respective budget through his program management. He is in demand for undertaking the development of metro system in different countries of the world, which has politely declined due to preoccupation with committed Indian programs. Now, friends, now when you see this type of life, that is what is you can say CEO, Sridharan, the another is a social worker, the honest social worker, another is the leader of excellence in the independence movement. Now, with these backgrounds, in conclusion, I would suggest all of you should ask a question. What I will be remembered for? I am sure you will like to something different, out of box vision when they say. That is, you see, you just see this bulb, see the bulb. What you remember? What you remember? Thomas Alva Edison you remember. And when you travel in a sea travel, you see the blue sky and then blue water. You remember immediately Raman effect and Sir C.V. Raman you remember. And telephone, you pull out immediately a Graham Bell you remember. So that means in everywhere you will find there are people. They are indomitable spirit. They felt there's nothing like impossibility, and they succeeded. So I am asking you, every one of you, today, you must ask yourself what I will be remembered for. I will give some hint. What I will be remembered for, I am sure you would like to be something different, the out-of-box vision, what they are. I am going to give you out-of-box visions. Will you be remembered? Will you remember the visionary action for the nation like Professor Vikram Sarabhai or Homi Bhavan? Will you be remembered for creating a company which finds a place in the top 100 of the Fortune 500 companies from India? Will you be remembered for facilitating the creation of 100 puras, pura means providing urban and rural areas in your region? Young fellows, I am putting the question to the young fellows. Will you be remembered for becoming the pioneer in developing a smart waterway in the states and interlinking the rivers in the nation? Will you be remembered for revitalizing or revolutionizing the integrated primary health care center in public-private participation model? It's all challenge for you. Will you be remembered for working and creating a validated system for the production of 340 million tons of food grain and value addition through food processing by the year 2020? Will you be remembered for modernization of 10 million small, medium engineering industries and the addition of another million by providing private equity funding ventures? Will you be remembered as a venture capital banker by introducing the unique private equity funding for the ideas that will bring new dimension to the society? Will you be remembered for bringing energy independence for the nation? Will you be remembered for the action-oriented clean home, clean environment, clean state, clean nation? Will you be remembered for developing 1 million enlightened youth in your region who will participate in the accelerated societal transformation of the nation? Finally, will you be remembered for establishing and nurturing a $500 billion retail chain like Walmart, which will bring a revolution in retailing India, keeping the interest of all the petty retailers spread across the country and the customers? Now, friends, I will suggest all of you decide what you will be remembered for as quickly as possible, since that statement will act as and there are 9 satellites, the remote sensing orbit. So these people, and also one satellite, Chandrayaan, discovered first time in the world, the water in moon. So they have the capacity. A failure has taken place in one of the launches, the geosynchronous launch vehicle. Definitely they will find out and find a solution. After all, problem should not become our captain. We should become the captain of the problem, defeat the problem and succeed.
Sir, good afternoon, sir. I am Vivek Kumar from.
Where are you?
Sorry.
Get up.
Good afternoon, sir. I am Vivek Kumar from Bharati Vidyavan, PGP2 student. Sir, my question is that transforming India from a developing nation into a developed nation, the social and the technological aspects is acting as a major hurdle. So what initiatives or the measures that can be taken in order to avoid it?
See, when we say India 2020, by the year another 10 years time, you have to become economically developed nation. It means one component is the people who are below poverty line should be pushed up. That means GDP, what is at the moment 8%, growth should be 10% minimum and continue for 10 years. Then definitely India can be economically developed nation. But India 2020 is not only the economically developed, good citizens we need, okay? Good citizens. How do you get a good citizens, okay? How do you get a good citizen? All of you will repeat what I'm saying. Good citizen. How to get a good citizen? One side you will get economically developed by India 2020 vision. Another side, how to get a good citizen. You are going to repeat it with me, okay? Where you are not taking food. Where there is righteousness in the heart, there is beauty in the character. When there is beauty in the character, there is, this only grown-up people also can say. Because the problem starts there. When there is beauty in the character, there is harmony in the home. When there is harmony in the home, there is order in the nation. When there is order in the nation, there is peace in the world. My young friend, did you follow? If you have one thing, beauty in the character possible, harmony in the home possible, order in the nation possible, peace in the world is possible. What is that one thing you need? Right. Who will give the righteous in the heart? Ourselves. Who will give? Huh? Who will give righteous in the heart? No, righteous in the heart who will give? If you answer me that question. Who will give? Anybody? Eh? Primary. Politician. Conscious. Okay, I will tell you. 3 people can give. One is father, mother in a spiritual environment. Father, mother, spiritual. And third one, you said, the teacher, primary school teacher. Primary school teacher, father, mother in a spiritual environment. Up to age of 17, afterwards you can't do anything. Okay, tough. Okay, so answer to your question, righteous in the heart we have to develop. That is education, through parental care, both should be simultaneously should come. One is economic growth, another is growth of a good character, good citizen. Okay, last question. No, not front guys, backseaters, yes. Backseaters, yes. Shout, madam. Shout.
So you had a mission of implementing Pura scheme in the rural areas, but even today in deep areas, rural areas of Odisha like Kalahandi and Korapur, no implementation has been done. So what steps are being taken?
The Pura has come as an initiative of number of Puras in the country has come as an initiative of education institutions. For example, Bharati Vidya Bhavan, they can take up a Pura in the region, in the Kalahandi regions, they can take up, okay? So like that, many institutions, for example, Varna in the valley of Maharashtra, Varna valley, the Pura has come. Chitrakoot, just now we explained how Nanaji has made Chitrakoot Pura. And Government of India has decided recently, 9 states they have selected, and each state there will be 2 or 3 Puras they are going to start. So I hope by 2015 to 2020, you will find number of puras will be established so that social changes will take place very fast with the economic changes. Next, no further question.
Good afternoon,
Last question. See, 1 minute. What I am telling you is, if you send a question to my mail apj@abdulkalam.com, the talk is in the website www.abdulkalam.com. Okay, you study. Any question you send me, by 24 hours you will get reply. Okay? Okay, you will get reply. Now I will take one more question. The friend fellow. No, friend fellow. That's suit fellow.
Sir, hello sir.
Yeah.
I'm in friend to see you, sir. I'm still not believing that you are here, sir.
Yeah. What's the question?
My question is, what is needed to make India as innovation hub of the world? In spite of the fact...
See, today, if you ask me, I will tell all of you, okay, what is needed, okay? Carefully, because I am going to ask questions afterwards. So carefully hear me. I have met so far 11 million youth in the country in a decade's time. 11 million youth. I have known their dreams and also their pain. Every youth wants to be unique. Every youth wants to be unique. That is you. Okay? But the world around you, all of you, from the home, to the school, to college, management, any institution you go, but the world around you is doing its best day and night to make you just everybody else. Everybody else. The question whether you want to be you or everybody else. How many of you want to be you? Okay, you want to be you. Then everybody else, the world is trying. So how to come out of the mess? So the challenge, my young friends, particularly young friends, my challenging friend, is that you have to fight the hardest battle. Hardest battle which any human being can ever imagine to fight. And never stop fighting until you arrive at your destined place that is unique you. The battle means what? You don't need to take a gun. Your gun is knowledge. The higher your knowledge coefficient, the higher your hard work, okay? These two will make you unique you, okay? Wish you all the best. God bless you.